Good evening, juggalos and juggalettes. I am Dr. Psychotic. Now, the reason for this video, I had made one previously last night, and a homie of mine pointed something out, a local homie of mine, and said it kind of sounded like at the end that I was done with juggalos. My apologies that it sounded like that. But hell no. I've been with the Wicked Clown family for 13 long, wonderful years. And one thing you do not do is turn your back on family. You can't do it. So, if you want to get technical, I just had my 13th Juggalo birthday on the 4th, which was yesterday. Now, another reason actually for this vid is because there were some comments dropped on my previous vid, pretty ridiculous ones. One I just didn't feel like reading, and the other one I just glanced and said Dr. Fag, and that was all. I'm actually curious, and I want to ask the haters a simple question and a small request. Why do you hate juggalos? And please, leave me a real answer or a story why you hate juggalos. Not some stupid thing because, like, let's say they're all a bunch of faggots. Well, clearly we're not. But I'm asking you to just leave me a real answer or comment. Whatever it is. If you have an opinion, that's fine. However, juggalos and juggalettes, there is something I need to ask from you as well. If they are leaving an actual answer, please don't bash on them. Because if it's a real opinion, at least they're telling me, and that's what I'm asking for. But if it's someone that is leaving some stupid, ignorant, white, trashy kind of comments, please feel free to bash back. Now, also, some of these haters really don't understand us, but I will point out a few things, just not everything. Like, yes, they've noticed we have a dark image, but there's rumors going around saying we're devil worshippers. Okay, let me tell you. If I was a devil worshipper, I would have 666 right here just to piss people off. But I don't. Why? Because I'm not a devil worshipper. Although I'm a juggalo, I still believe in God. I don't have a religion per se, and juggalos aren't a religion. We are pretty much a group of people that were just not belonging to parts of society because we did not fit in. We felt like we were the only ones. And later in life, we started to find out there was more people like us. And so we band together, and now we family. Which, of course, there's people that have other opinions. And I'm not telling the full story about how we band together and why we are family and what our family is about, because I don't want all these posers saying they know this and they know that, and that's what makes them a juggalo. There are posers, yes. We all know this. But I'm starting to think, though, that these posers actually started the hate over some stupid shit. Or, as we know, when Eminem was first starting, he had started handing out posters saying ICP might be at his show, so people would show up along with a few artists also that was supposed to be there or might be there, which, to be honest, I think was wrong. You know, he should have talked to Jay and Shags about that. Instead, he went behind their back and did that. But I think the hate really does need to stop, because I think, to be honest, and you guys might find this a little hilarious, I think some of these haters actually have a fear of clowns, and thus dressing like wicked clowns just makes them even more afraid. I'm not saying all haters, I'm just saying some, because I think these haters don't have a reason. Not all of them anyways. You see, haters, I gotta actually ask you something as well. Do you have blood family that is Juggalo? Or were you married into a family that has Juggalos in that family in particular? Do you hate them? Or do you even know, like, alright, mothers and fathers. Let me ask you something. Do you have kids that are Juggalo? Do you hate them? No. Do you love them because they're your kids? Or do you love them the same because maybe you actually might know what we are about? Maybe. Uncles and aunts. Same thing with your nephews and nieces. Or your cousins. You know, whatever. But yet, there's still a lot of hate, and you gotta think, us Juggalos, we're doctors, we're firemen, we're police officers. Hell, we're even soldiers. Many different types of soldiers. Marines, Navy SEALs, Reserve, Navy. You know, we go and we fight for our loved ones overseas, and yet we also fight for you. Even though you hate us, but yet we still fight for you. We fight for what is ours, our land. So you can live free. But yet, you show us no respect because you hate us. Because of what we look like, or how we dress, or how we talk. It don't matter where you're from. There is Juggalos all over the world. You make fun of Juggalos because they're from, let's say, England. I don't know any from England or ever heard of any, but I'm sure maybe there's some there. Or do you make fun of them because actually a lot of them are white and they grew up in a hard knocks type of city, or part of the city, like, oh, here we go. What if they grew up in Detroit? Are you going to hate them because the way they talk? Well, guess what? Juggalos come in all shapes and colors. White, black, red, blue, purple, yellow, however many colors there are in the world, because I really don't pay attention to color. We are who we are. Get used to it. Now, some of you are actually wondering, why the hell does he keep going on? Because I will answer this. There is too much hate. There's no reason for hate. And a lot of Juggalos are actually enjoying the hate because they're loving it. Some of them are finding it hilarious, such as me. I find the hate somewhat hilarious. And then there's other Juggalos that just they hate the hate. But either way, what we are about, you have no idea. And I'm talking to you, haters. Because you judge us by the way we look, the way we talk, and the way we walk. It's just inhumane. However, a lot of Christians that I know of are anti-juggalo, and last I heard, it was supposed to be God that did the judging. He who is out with sin cast the first stone. And you know what? I haven't really chosen a religion per se. Why? Because too many politics. There's religions saying thou shalt not judge people or judge the Lord, but yet I've seen people actually judge God, and I've actually seen Christians judge, of course, us juggalos. So what is the point of calling yourself a Christian if you are actually doing the sin? So when you judge, let's say me at this point, you judge a juggalo. Well, guess what? You just judged roughly about 5 to maybe 10 million people. Probably way more by now, because last I checked, that's how many it was, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, somewhere through there. But now it's 2011, so I'm sure there's plenty more. But how many of you haters will leave a real answer or story why you hate? That's all I want to know. And I want to know, well, sorry, not all I want to know. I also want to know why. That is not too hard to answer, why you hate juggalos. Well, until next time, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to see some of my homies out on the street. I'll holler at yous. Alright, I'm Dr. Psychotic, and I am out.